Hi, everybody. We are live. Thank you so much, Sid Deana, for to be here with us today. And we have Florence. She will be our co-host. So at first, I want to say thank you so much. I know you are super busy, and you spend the time to be here with us and to show us about your journey. So first, could you please tell us about your background?
Sure. Hello, first of all, PB and Florence. Hello, guys. Thank you for having me. My name is Deana Obiso. I am a registered nurse uh, by profession. I've been nursing for 25 years. First of all, I wanted to say I am in Canada. I'm in Calgary, in Alberta, and you guys I know in California. So we're from different parts of the world. That's the cool thing about our business that we work with people from around the world. So yes, I'm a registered nurse by profession. I've been doing that for so long. I feel like it's 25 years this year.
Wow,
Yes,
that's amazing.
yes, and I've done many roles. Started at the bedside. I'm an immigrant. Came here way back in 1996 with my family, with my brothers, and then obviously I'm married now. I've got two children. They're now, I have to think about their age, 20 and 14.
Wow, you
Yes.
look so young. You look like baby
Oh,
face.
thank you. Okay, so I'm still working as a nurse, just so you're aware, people, you can do the business while you're working full time. Because I've been working quite a while, I don't work at the bedside anymore. I used to. I worked a lot of shifts before. I never said no to an overtime.
Yep.
At one point, I kept two full-time nursing jobs, and then I realized, oh my goodness, this is too much. I can't do this. So I actually decided to, have another job on top of my full-time nursing job. I became a mortgage agent. Approving
Ah,
mortgages for 15 years on top of my nursing career. So I kept two full-time jobs. And yeah, so that's me. And then, I just got tired. I'm not getting any younger. I looked at my kids. I'm like, oh my goodness, where did time go?
yeah.
Right. So that's why I decided to do the online business. But yeah, that's my background. And I'm also Filipino, originally from the Philippines. So there.
Wow, that's amazing.
Yeah.
Just like you like superwoman, like how you can do like two full-time job at the same time, and now you run your very successful digital business. That's
Mhm.
amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, I
Thanks.
know.
Yeah.
Like, so, do you ever sleep?
That's how I felt like before. I never slept. And that's why I think, I decided to do the online business, right? Because being so busy, like I'm an immigrant and I think you guys are too, but speaking to immigrant nurses out there, we work hard. And the reason why is because I look at my kids, I want to give them the best life, the life that we didn't have back home. And
Yeah,
so my husband and I always believed in multiple sources of income, because what if I get sick? What happens? Like,
Yeah.
I can't be nursing forever. And nursing is so stressful, right? I
Yeah.
used to work 16 hours and I'm like, I can't do this forever. And so I thought, if I keep a full time nursing job and have another job that's a little less, time demanding, that's what I thought. But then, of course, I was wrong, because I thought being a mortgage agent, I'll be flexible. I could do, whenever, whatever time, right? But I was so wrong. That was a lie, because being a mortgage agent was also very stressful.
Yeah.
Although, like, during my days off and the evenings and weekends, I would be in realtors offices training, right, on mortgages. I would be in financial services offices doing mortgages. In the evenings, I'd be sitting with a client in their houses closing deals. That was my life. But I had no choice, because my husband and I have decided that having a second source of income, right, was really what kept us from being in debt and still be able to send my kids to extracurricular activities. We were able to travel still without, being in too much debt. Right.
Yeah.
So we were getting by financially, money was fine.
Yeah.
So that's why, but it was really busy. Like you said, I'm not a superwoman. You look at me, I was always so stressed. And I'm always so like rushing all the time, always so busy. And, it wasn't fun. So I couldn't maintain it. I'm not
Yeah.
a superwoman. So,
So you touched on a few of the reasons why, like you sound very busy. You're married, have kids, two children, doing the mortgage agent, being in the mortgage industry, and then being a nurse. What was your turning point? What was the main reason, why you decided to start your online business?
Yeah. So maintaining two jobs is not easy. And I know even if you decided not to have two different jobs, two different professions, like two different industry, like myself, right? I know that a lot of nurses, especially immigrants, right? Like I can speak to my fellow Filipino nurses. We don't say no to overtimes, right? Why? Because we have families to feed. Aside from our family here, we actually, for us Filipinos, who send money back home still,
Mm.
right? And so we always work hard. And so we end up picking up so much shifts, like extra shifts, overtime shifts. In fact, I know a lot of my Filipino friends have two full-time nursing jobs,
Yeah.
right? So for me, I didn't like the always being at the bedside because I thought physically it was too tiring. And so
Yeah.
I thought having a different profession would be easier, but it wasn't. It's still the same,
Yeah.
right? It's still trading time for money. It's the
Yeah.
same thing, right? And so like I said earlier, I was always so stressed, like I wasn't happy. And around my kids I was so short, right? I
Mhm.
didn't have patience for them, like I get mad so easily. And
Yeah.
although we were like with them going on vacations, I was never really truly present, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was there but I was not there. My mind was always like thinking about, oh my god, that deal, how am I going to close that? I'm going to get a call from the bank, or oh my god, I'm going to need to wake up early tomorrow to go to work for my nursing shift. It's a day shift. Oh my god, I have to go, all that in my mind always,
Yeah.
All
right?
the
So it's never like, you're never really truly resting, right?
Yeah.
And so
yeah.
my turning point was, I've missed so many milestones from in my kids' lives, right? Where, they have activities here and there, and I have to send my husband, and it really, was so painful for me. And there was this one point, and this was truly my breaking point, was my daughter. She was, I believe, she was about 10 or 11 at that time,
Mhm.
and she came home. First of all, it was in social media, and I saw her picture on their school social media platform saying she got an award. I'm like, oh my god, my daughter got an award. And then it dawned on me, oh my goodness, I forgot she had a recognition day, right? So I felt so bad. So when
Yeah.
she came home that afternoon, I was so excited, gave her a hug, right? Like, oh my goodness, hon, congratulations, I'm so proud of you.
Oh,
Why didn't you tell me? She said, Mom, and this look of like, disappointment in her face, and she was like almost tearing up. Yeah, and she's like, you weren't there. She said, Mom, I told you, I reminded you. In fact, there was an email sent to you, but I guess you forgot because you were so busy. And I'm like,
oh,
oh my God, we both started crying. We both cried. I'm like, how girl, I'm so sorry, right? And it just hurt. Like that night, I went to bed, couldn't sleep. I was crying so hard. I felt like I failed, right? As a mother. I'm like, what have I done? Like, is life going to be like this? Like, what is the point of working so hard? Yeah, you have money, but you're not even there for
Yeah.
your
yeah.
kids, right? And
Yeah.
I see that, and I'm like, how I wish I could just stop, slow down, and just be there for them, right? And so that was my breaking point. I'm like, okay, you know what? And that night I prayed. I'm a Christian, so I prayed really hard to God, crying, sobbing, saying, I can't do this anymore. Like, I need something else. Like, guide me, show me a way. So that's when I said, okay, I'm gonna start looking for something else. And then I know people are making money online. So I started looking
Yeah.
for that. But yeah, so that was my breaking point. It's just time. I really wanted time back. So
Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing that and for being vulnerable. I know it's hard. I think also just accepting, right? Like what happened and
mhm.
knowing that.
So sorry, guys. Look like we have a internet connection issue.
I think we're good. I can still
Yeah, I
see
think
you.
Are
we're
you
good.
Yeah.
Oh,
okay?
um,
That's good.
yeah. So, thank you so much for sharing that and being vulnerable. I like, especially like Filipinos, Asians, like we're really not as emotional. We don't show emotion a lot,
Mhm.
right? So, being able to admit and accept and um actually look for something different is very hard. I think, yeah.
Yeah. So thank you for sharing that. Literally, it make me like a little bit like teary as well. I can go back to that moment and feeling, the hurt thing, in your heart, and how your daughter feel at that time. So thank you so
Mhm.
much for sharing that with us. Um, Before we move on, let's say hi to our 5 million viewer. Thank you so much for being here. And
Hello.
we have Beth Cherian. She say, hello guys, watching from San Francisco. Beth, she is my mentor. She our business partner. Thank you for being here to supporting us. We have Renee Devon say, hi, watching from Florida, USA. Hooray! This is Coach Lizelle Apollo. She say, hello lady, watching live from Canada. Thank you, Coach, so much. She the one that, give me, on the advice when I first start out the business. Um, and we have Ligeya Deb Gabi watching from California. Super awesome guy. We truly appreciate everybody being here to helping us out. So Sid Diana, the next question is what do you like about the business so much, and what is it do for you and your family right now?
What I like about it so much is the fact that it's partly automated. Like it
Mm,
doesn't require your 100% time. My pain point came from time, right? Like not having enough time. And
yeah,
so, what I was looking for and I was praying God for was really a business or something, right? That could still make me money, right? Like I didn't want to jeopardize the income because of course we were depending on that income to, send them to extracurricular activities, go on
yeah,
trips, right? Those are fun money. So I couldn't just like let that go. But I needed another way to still make
mhm,
income, right?
yeah,
But take my time, like regain the time back. And that's
yeah,
what the online business has done for me. So I truly like the fact that it's partly automated. 80% of it, 90% of it is already done for us, right? And so it's allowed me to really be there for my family, right? So when
yeah.
I say now, I actually what it's done for me, I've been able and I have been able to quit my second job. So I don't do that mortgages anymore.
Yay!
I
Good
don't do
job.
that anymore. Yeah. So even just the first year in the business, to be honest, I wasn't expecting to make, you know, the money that I'm making now. Like I'm making, 5-figure incomes now, right? In the online business. But
Wow.
when I started, because it's online, you see, before I even decided to do this online business, I already did my research, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
I was looking at Amazon FBA, drop shipping. I attended their webinars too, their info sessions. I also did interviews, just like we do coaching calls, right? So I kind of
Mm-hmm.
knew already what to expect.
Yeah.
And so, but in those other platforms, we were, the commission was like $5, $10. I was expecting to make a couple hundreds here and there. That'd be great, right? But when I joined this business, I'm like, oh my god! Like when I saw the community, right? I'm like
Yeah.
thinking to myself, what the heck did I miss? Like, why are these people making so much money? I'm like scratching my head. I'm like, is this for real?
Yeah.
But if you know my story, my brother is already in the business. He was in the business before me, and that's
Yeah.
how I found this business. And so that's why for me it was a little I had an edge because my brother was already there. So I get to be able to ask the hard questions, like for real, like how much are
Yeah.
you making? Show me your checks. Right? I grilled him. I did that to him. Right. So I was confident going in that if my brother is already, able to get some results, if he can do it, my younger brother, I can do it too. Like he's nothing
Yeah.
special, right? So so I did it, and like within, I got results right away within the fourth or fifth month, and then within that same year, my first year in the business, I already saw that it could potentially replace my second job's income. In fact, right now it could actually replace my nursing income already. There's months when I make more than my nursing income, right? And
Amazing.
so yeah, and so then I'm like, oh my goodness. So the first year right away, the second year in the business, I decided I'm gonna quit my second job because that was the whole goal, right? To have more time. So now I'm actually, when I say, that's why on my post, and I think that's how I got my nursing friends, right? Because they saw, I'm like, what are you doing? You're traveling, you don't work extra shifts anymore, you're always like with your family. Like when I'm off, I'm truly off.
Mhm.
That's what this business has done for me. When I'm there, I'm truly there. I'm present with my kids. I'm just in the moment, right? And my team know that, on the weekends, that's my family time. I don't work, right?
Yeah.
Saturday, Sunday afternoon, like this time is when I can work again. But
Mhm.
before that, that's it. I don't, right? Because I
Yeah.
miss those times. I want those times. I crave for those times, right?
Yeah.
So what this business has truly done for me, aside from the income, of course, because that's really just a result of your efforts, right?
Yeah.
Is the time that is given back to me to be able to
Mhm.
spend the time where it matters most, really to spend it with my loved ones, right? And go to church and be able to volunteer regularly, right? It's just amazing. You can make money, but time you can never get back,
Yeah.
right? So to me, that's very important. So,
Yeah.
yeah.
You're right.
Yeah. Wow. Yes. So moving along, we wanted to ask, starting out with the business, from, I know it's been 3 years, what are your greatest challenges and what are your greatest achievements so far? I know it's a long 3 years, but
Yeah. Gosh, start when I started, I was actually quite intimidated the fact that I'm a nurse, I'm not tech savvy, right?
Mhm.
I can't. Yeah, I don't work with computers, right?
yeah,
Although I do now, but
that's
I never used. And I was, and up to now, I'm still I'm an introvert, right? I'm very shy, right? And I don't like to, talk to people. In fact, I didn't use social media a lot. I didn't know how to use Facebook a lot, right? So when I found out that, oh my goodness, I need to post. Oh my goodness, I had to do this. I'm like, well, how am I going to do that,
yeah,
right? Because I didn't like if you see like I only used Facebook before I used it because I have family around the world in the Philippines, right? So I used that to creep on my friends, to creep on my family, right? And post of all my kids. So that was my biggest challenge of how am I gonna actually learn how to use social media, one, and two, am I gonna be able to, learn how to use a computer because we're online, right? And
Yeah.
those are the two biggest challenges for me. And then also the fact that I'm gonna now show my face.
You have beautiful face.
yeah,
I wasn't used to doing that. That was my biggest challenge. But you know how I got over that is the fact that once I found out what this business is about, right?
Yeah.
And the mentality shifted,
mhm,
right? Because one, we already are in social media, whether you like it or not, whether you're creeping or you're posting, you are in social media,
yeah,
Yeah.
right? So the question is, when you're in social media, are you actually using that time productively, right? Are you being productive?
Yeah.
So before I was in social media, it was not productive at all. It was just scrolling, 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 creeping, 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 right? But now, like, I'm on social media, okay? I have a business. This is so good to not share, right? So,
Yeah.
and then, so when I thought about that you in an online business, you make, it's such a lucrative business.
Yeah.
You have the potential to make the sky's the limit, however much you want, right? And in fact, there's times when it makes so much more than my initial income. It's almost selfish not to really actually share,
yeah,
right?
Right.
So
Yep.
my mind shifted to, using social media just, leisurely, to now using social media with a purpose. What's my purpose? I'm really on a mission, right? To share what this
Yeah.
business has done for me. Because
Yeah.
it's helped me, it's helped many people around me, like people, and I'm now helping other people do the same as me. I want
Yeah.
more people to be doing it. So I'm sharing it. So the mentality shifted. So it became a little bit easier now. In fact, I don't have any problems being in social media anymore because I have a purpose, right? What's my purpose? To share.
Yep.
Because if this has done good stuff for me, I want
Mhm.
other people to have the same blessing, right? And so if I can do it, right? And I was so busy, I was so shy, not tech savvy,
Mhm.
right? I didn't ever think I could ever do it. If I can do it, there's no reason anybody else can't, right? You guys can. Anyone watching could do this, right?
Yep. Yep. Yeah, definitely. For sure. Like from beginning to that's why I talked to Florence because she say, I'm so shy. I don't want to go to my friend and my family. I don't want to talk to people. But I told her exactly the same thing. For
Mm-hmm.
me, this business is God blessing. I
Mm-hmm.
know for the fact it changed like 100,000 of people around the world.
Mm-hmm.
Changing will change my life. So if it's so good, why don't you share with other people? You have
Mhm.
your friend. You care about them. I have my sister. I care about her. She have two kids, so I want her to change her life so that she can help out her two kids as well.
Mhm.
So when I talk to Florence that way, and then she say, "You're right," and then she start talking to her friend because
Yes. Yeah.
yeah, this is so great not to share.
Yeah, yeah, no, it's almost selfish not to share it. So, because like, and your second question was, what are my greatest achievements so
Mhm.
far? So the biggest one was the fact that I was able to quit my second job, and so that gave me a lot of time back. We were actually able to, pay off a lot of our consumer debts,
Wow.
um, and paid off my car, right? And on a way to like slowly paying off our mortgages now. And then now we've now able to really put in like save a lot into our retirement
Yeah.
funds, right? Because
Yeah,
before that's like the last thing, very minimal, right? Because that's last of the priority. But now there's more than enough resources to be able to do that. Now
Yeah.
I've been able to you know um, volunteer. That was a dream of mine, to volunteer regularly at church. And before
Mhm.
I was so busy that I'm like, I want to but I can't. But now,
no,
like, it doesn't matter, regularly every Sunday we're there, right? That's really really one
Wow.
thing that I can do now. So it's given me so much time back. And the biggest thing really too is the fact that it made me a better person. This
Mm.
business has truly made me a better person. So because we do a lot of leadership personal development training here,
Mhm.
and we don't do that in nursing. We just go work, right?
Oh.
Nothing like that. Here, you actually are, you need to do a lot of personal development because
mhm,
you are trained to be leaders here. And I lead, like, I have over 350 people now, like,
Wow.
people that I'm, helping as well and leading, right? And so I can't lead from an empty cup. To be able
Yeah.
to give, I need to fill my cup, right?
Yeah.
So that's the one thing that I'm able to take care of myself before I'm the last one I've ever taken care of, right? Because you always give, give, and give. That's what we do
yeah,
as nurses, right?
yeah,
But now I realize that taking care of me is not selfish. Because
Yeah.
how can I take care of you if I can't take care of you and take care of me? Like, if I'm
exactly.
tired, how can I take care of you, right? That's why we have a lot of grumpy nurses because they're
Yeah.
tired.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Right? So yeah,
Totally.
so that's made me a better person. And now it's just, now I know that there's something, it's a bigger purpose, right? Like, I have a bigger purpose now. So yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
super.
Thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. So, sis, before we have the last question for you, let's say hello again to our 6 million viewer right now. We truly appreciate you guys to be here supporting us. And sis, Diana, the last question for you. So like at the newbie, like for me and Florence, we just start out the business. And for our million viewer that who watching right now, and someone want to make the side income, to want to have more time with their family. So what will you talk to them and tell them about? Like how can they get over the skepticism so that they can start on something that will change their life?
Very simple, especially to our nursing friends that are watching, and immigrant friends, right? If you're not happy with your life right now, if you're dissatisfied and you know you're not where you're supposed to be, first of all, we came to North America to have a better life. We're not
Yeah,
here to just continue to keep chasing the rat race, right? Like
Yeah.
always working, 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 going nowhere. Because that's what I thought I was doing. I'm like, I'm working so hard, but we're not going anywhere. Okay, we're getting by, but we still have a car payment. How are we ever gonna get paid? When are we gonna pay that car, right? Or when am I gonna be able to retire? Like, I have to work till I'm 65. Believe it or not, like nurses, nursing friends. If you
yeah,
haven't looked it up, please do look up your retirement pension income. What does that look like? Because I
Yeah.
looked at mine, and do you know that I have to work? So I've worked 25 years. I have
Yeah.
to work another 15 years to get my maximum pension. And you know how much my maximum pension is? When I turn 70, it's about 5,000, not even Canadian dollars per month. So
Wow.
that's working 25 plus 15. How much is that?
40.
40.
40 years of working.
40.
Okay?
Wow.
And do you really want to do that to get just 5,000? Right? So, and that's not even the fact that I'm tired of doing the busy, busy, busy and not getting anywhere. But
Yeah.
once you actually get somewhere and you thought you're ready to retire,
Hmm.
if you didn't put away extra money and you're just depending on your pension, guess what? It's not going to be enough, right?
Yeah.
So if you haven't looked it up, please do it. A favor for yourself. Do a favor for yourself and look it up. Because I
Yeah.
did, and I'm like, I'm not okay with that, right? I gotta do something else. I gotta find another way, right? And in our business, like my pension too, right? It's
Yeah.
not even like my pension dies with me. You can't pass it on to your kids. Our pension in the business here is a legacy income. We when you get to a certain level, right? Your
Yeah.
income is you can pass it on to your kids, to your
Right.
grandchildren, grandchildren's children, right? Is a legacy pension. Whereas my nursing pension, it dies with
Yeah.
me. I have an option to pass it on to my husband, right?
Yeah.
But when my husband dies, it dies there.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So think about that. Is that really what you want? And do you really want to work 40 years to get to that point? When I can make way more than that now
Yeah.
in less than that many years to take to get your
Yeah.
nursing pension. So what I encourage you guys to do really, and for the newbies, right?
Yeah.
Never give up. Okay, because there is money to be made here. Your
Yeah.
life could change here, but you're not gonna see any results if you don't actually put in the effort. Just like
Yeah.
in any job,
Yeah.
you show up, you get paid. You don't show up, guess what? You don't get paid,
Yeah.
right? So here you put in the work, and guaranteed you will get results. But you have to be honest to yourself that you actually did the work, right? And look
Yeah.
at it as a long term always. Like this is a career path. How long
Yeah.
did it take you to get to nursing, to become a nurse? 4 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here
More.
is this, right? Four minimum, right? Because some people will take longer, right? And you get your master's, whatever, right?
Yeah.
And then how much did you make? How much are you making as a nurse? Okay, yes, I've been working over 25 years. I make over 100,000 in nursing because I've been working that long. Guess what?
Yeah.
My brother makes more than me, but in a month, monthly,
Wow.
My
right?
God.
Does that make sense? It does not make. It blows my mind. It doesn't make sense. So
Yeah.
truthfully, right, look at this. If you're new, look at this as a career path. Okay, do not rely on your pension. My God, you're screwed if you're only relying on that. So I've
Yeah.
shifted my attention, my focus really, right? Because I know
Yeah.
I'm going to get my pension if I just continue doing that. But if I focus, I work hard, you work hard, you guys work,
Yeah.
immigrants work hard. My God, we
We
work
do.
so
We do.
hard, right? And
Yeah.
do you get paid extra if you put in more effort? No, you look at your
Oh,
fellow nurses that are not doing anything, they get paid the same.
No.
Right? They're like playing in their phones while you're like busy doing all this work, right?
yeah.
But if
Yeah.
guess what? You're still gonna get paid the same. Here, I don't care if my other business partners are doing anything. I'm gonna work hard. Why? Because the more
Yeah.
I work hard here, the more I get paid. Right?
Exactly.
I'm not get paid. I don't get paid here by the hour. Right?
Yeah.
I get paid by my efforts. Right?
Mhm.
And guess what? If I just work, okay, I'm gonna tell you this. If your boss came to you today, your manager, right, said, "Hey, PB, if you work hard for the next 2 to 5 years, work really hard,
Yeah.
right? If you work hard, I'm gonna pay you $5,000 US, like I'm gonna double your income. Would you do it? Why not, right? I will double your yearly income. You'll do it. And
Double
PB,
is
if you
good.
work extra hard, more like work harder, keep
Yeah.
hard. At the end of that, on top of like doubling your income or
Mhm.
tripling, like increasing your income, I'm also
Yeah.
gonna pay you $5,000 US monthly for life, forever. Would you do it?
Yeah.
Why not?
I
Right?
want
So this is what we have here. I'm like, oh
sign me
my
up.
God, it blows my mind, right? So it's
Yeah.
really just, it's a vehicle to give you a better life,
Yes.
right?
Mhm.
A job is there to pay your bills. But if you want to live your life and, be able to help others,
Yeah.
your job's not going to provide that for you, right? It's business.
Yeah.
And we have the vehicle here. So that's what
Definitely.
I'm going to tell you for newbies. Never give up. Just give it 100%. Look at this as a career path, right? And as long as you keep doing what you're doing, you will eventually get there, right? Because you didn't become a nurse overnight. Same thing here. You will learn new skill sets. But the
Yeah.
skill sets you will learn is worth so much more than your nursing income would ever give you,
Yeah.
right? So yeah, so that's what
Amazing.
I'll tell them.
And I have to say that I don't want to keep working until I'm 70. I don't think I can physically do it. Like
Yes,
patients
yeah.
are getting heavier. It's
Mhm.
just everyone's getting sicker. Yeah, I'm
Mhm.
like, no, thank you.
Yeah, because I see like a lot of there's still the thing is that's why I kept wondering these nurses, why are they so grumpy? And they're older, right? Why are they grumpy? And aren't they supposed to be retired? They retire and they come back, right?
Yeah.
Did you ever think about that? Why? Because their pension's not enough, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Thank you so much. And we have Sid Mary Ray. She say watching from Canada. And thank you again. Now we have 9 million viewers. Oh my God, amazing. Thank you so much for you guys being here supporting us. And sis, Diana, really, we truly, truly appreciate you. And thank you for taking the time to be here. And congratulations on your success. Um, and let me see. And you guys like like if you want to make extra income on the side, you want to spend more time with your family, just check it out. So we have Florence website up here, I have my website, and we have Sydney and our website as well. Just reaching out to us. And this one on the website, you will have the 90 minutes video. Literally, they will talk about the business, how you can get started, and you can do your due diligence. This is the change for you. Do something that change your life.
Yeah.
This may be for you, maybe not. But don't let the change go away without looking into it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And
Yeah.
thank you so
Thank
much, sir.
you so much.
Appreciate
You're
you.
welcome. Thanks for having me. It's been a pleasure. Thank
Thank
you.
So
you.
Take
much.
care.
Thank you.